Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. So it's a cold and chilly February day, and I tell you during times like this, there's nothing better than a bowl of soup to warm your soul. Anyways, today that's exactly what we're doing. We're making a Spanish fish and potato soup. This is known as una sopa de bacalao y patatas. And let me tell you, this dish has layer upon layer of so many Spanish flavors. It's easy to make, where there's no tricky techniques or weird equipment needed. And the best part, it comes together in a little over 40 minutes using just one pan. Folks, serve the soup next to a crunchy baguette that's been sliced up and drizzled with olive oil, and of course a bottle of Spanish red wine, more specifically from the region of Ribera del Duero. You can have yourself a fabulous meal. Really quick before we start, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Phil Segarra, David Machado, Tommy Williams, Jim Schallert, and Barbara Eastman. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Alright, let's begin by prepping our ingredients. I'm going to cut 2 medium-sized potatoes that have already been peeled, washed, and patted dry. Each one 2 bite-sized pieces that are 2 centimeters, which is 3/4 of an inch. Important to use potatoes here that are a bit more waxy than starchy, as they hold their shape better in soups. I'm using Yukon Golds, but you can also use new potatoes, red potatoes, or even Golden Delight. And we'll also finely chop 1 medium-sized onion, roughly chop 6 cloves of garlic, finely chop 1 red bell pepper, and cut 1 carrot that's been peeled into small bite-sized pieces. For the next step, I'm going to heat a stock pot with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. As always, important to use the good stuff here, as this is what flavors all the ingredients. Link where you can get the Spanish olive oil I'm using in the description box below. After a couple minutes, we'll add in the chopped ingredients except for the potatoes. And we'll mix them around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I like to mix this around continuously, that way everything evenly sautés. After about 5 minutes, and the vegetables are lightly sautéed, and those onions are nice and translucent, we'll add in the chopped potatoes, along with half a teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 1.25 grams, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is half a gram, and season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. Then we'll add in 3 cups of fish broth, which is 720 milliliters. You can also use chicken broth here, or even vegetable broth if you like. Either way, link where you can get the Spanish fish broth I'm using from Barcelona in the description box below. We'll also pinch in a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. Link where you get the Spanish golden saffron I'm using in the description box below as well. And add in 2 bay leaves. Then we'll turn it up to a high heat, give it a gentle mix, and bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we'll place the lid on the stock pot and lower the fire to a low-medium heat, and we're going to simmer this between 15 to 20 minutes or until those potatoes are just cooked through. In the meantime, let's start prepping our fish. I'm going to add in 3 cod fillets over some paper towels and pat them completely dry. The size of the fillets that I'm using are 200 grams, which is 7 ounces each. And as always, I bought my cod frozen and thawed out, but you can also use the fresh stuff here, as well as any other type of firm white fish, such as halibut, tilapia, or even hake, which is known as merluza in Spain. Then we'll season the fish with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper, and you just have to do this on one side. And then cut each fillet into small bite-sized pieces. Okay, let's move back to the stock pot. After simmering the soup between 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid. And at this point, those potatoes should just be cooked through. You know, you can always pierce them with a fork just to ensure that they're done. For the final step, I'm going to add in the pieces of fish. And we'll give it a gentle mix. That way those pieces of fish are well incorporated into the soup. And then we'll place the lid back on the pan and simmer this for another 3 or 4 minutes or until the fish is just cooked through. Once the pieces of fish are just cooked through, we'll remove the lid and turn off the heat. Then we'll squeeze in 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice over the soup, which is 10 milliliters, and give it one final gentle mix. Then remove the stock pot from the stovetop and transfer some of the soup into a shallow bowl. And for the final touch, we'll garnish with fresh parsley. Check it out, our Spanish fish and potato soup is done. Easy to make, beautiful presentation, and all done in a little over 40 minutes using just one pan. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, cold and chilly February day, so you know this is gonna hit the spot. A little bit of everything. Here we go. Absolutely delicious. But first things first, with that bite, it warms your soul and fills your body with so much goodness. The cod is beautifully cooked, just melts in your mouth and absorbs all the flavors in the pan. The potatoes, that texture, and the rest of the vegetables and those spices, that beautiful lift of Spanish goodness. Easy to make, heart healthy. Give it a try at home. Once again, an extra crunchy baguette that's been sliced up and drizzled with olive oil, and a bottle of Spanish red wine from the beautiful region of Ribera del Duero. Gonna have yourself a fabulous meal. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.